Good morning, everybody. Sandy, good morning. Long time no see. Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's very nice to see you, Sandman. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Does anybody have a paranoid goat around here? Good morning, Laura. What a beautiful lady. Good morning. Good morning, one and all. Oh, yeah. Beautiful morning, Kitty Catzilla. Good morning, everybody. Sandy, I've been well. Thank you. I hope you have too. Good morning, Paige. Exception. Good morning, everybody. If I missed your name, I'm sorry here. Good morning. Mernin. Hi, Nerdy. Hello, you guys. Justin LaFlower. Good morning, Justin. Why do I worry? I don't know. Why? I think it's kind of normal to worry, but then we get over it. The more impeccable you are, the less you have to worry about. That's just logical. Logical. Good morning, everybody. What would Dolly do? Which Dolly? Dolly the sheep or Dolly Llama? Good morning, everybody. Nick Charles is here. What? How did Nick get here? And then there's a cannabis purist in town. We like psilocybin too, cannabis. We like them both. Good morning, Sammy P. Good morning. Oh, that Dolly. Dolly is a saint. Dolly Parton she's up there in my celebrity saint category. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, Dolly Parton is in my celebrity saint category. Just saying. Be Hendrix. Be anything you want to be. Nature, be Hendrix. Be anything you want to be. I see, Nick. That makes sense. Little Roy's here this morning. Nikki, it's better to be busy than not. Bottom line. We do a good job of trying to stay busy over here. Good morning. Derek Anderson wrote me a lovely love letter this morning. Or was it this morning? Yeah, I think this morning. Thank you, Derek. Always so kind and uplifting. I'm waiting for Niffy. I'm looking for Niffer. Is there a Niffy in town? Huh? 31 people, 14 likes. We got to do better than that. Paul Schmidt. Good morning, Paulie. Good morning, Paulie. Let's see, what did Derek say? Yeah, I'll read Derek's, and I'm going to read one from Niffy. Good little letters. Let me put it to you guys this way. A saying that I came across. If you aren't changing, you're choosing. Good morning, Exception. She gets that one. If you're not changing, Nerdy, you're choosing. Give me 5 people that like that one. If you're not changing, you're choosing. Wah, wah, wah. That's a pretty good one, huh, Justin? Right, Captain? Remember that one. Thank you, Paul. Oh, I bet you're just as adorable. If you're not changing, what are you doing? You're choosing. Is there anything I want to change, or am I just going to choose to stay the same? Things that make me go, Okay. Have we seen... Justin, don't let Jesus Christ in Australia hear that. Mushy. I see a mush mouth in town. Summer. Summer, it's not as hot here right now. It's turning into autumn. That's 100% right, Paulie. Change, not just for the sake of change. Charles works. No one told me if I knew Charles was going to be here today, I would have worn a different shirt. If I'd have only known. I know, Brian, it's the weirdest weather. Some parts of the United States are going to be record cold, and some are going to be record hot for this day on the calendar. Yeah. Keep fighting that global warming, people. Keep telling me it's not real. Cleaning, where's your wife? Where's your beautiful wife? Where's Miss Niffy? Good morning. Good morning. 38 people, 25 likes. We're doing better. April Brannon. Good morning, April. You know, April, you guys, anybody here know April's other name on YouTube? Does anybody else know April's other name on YouTube? What do you think April's other YouTube name is? In the crew. Paranoid Glitz is not quite sure. You guys know who April Brannon is, don't you? Okay. You guys know who she is. Nope, it's not Mary Jane. No. I'll let you guys keep figuring it out. Nerdy. Are you the smartest guy in the room? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure April Brannon is Vegas. I'm pretty sure, right? April? Is your other name Vaggie? I'm pretty sure. I know Vaggie's first name's April. Okay? I'm pretty sure. Good morning, everybody. Oh, that's April Matthews. See, I'm ratting you out, Brandon, and it's not even you. I apologize to you from the bottom of my heart. I was thinking you were Vegas on the sly. My bad, my bad, my bad. That's April Matthews. You know, I've always loved the name April for a girl. Yeah, I'm blowing at her. I've always liked April for a girl's name. I never had a girl, but if I had a girl... hold on. Ruffy, you're such a good boy. You're such a sweet, sweet boy. If I had a girl, I have a favorite girl name that I would name my daughter. Let's turn this sucker around. Let's talk about it. Right, Derek? Nerdy got half the name right. Okay, I'm going to give away a pack of supplemental supplements. About 5 grams, 6, 7, 80 grams worth. To the person that can guess my never delivered daughter's name. My never delivered daughter's name. What would it have been? Cannabis. It wasn't April. No, not Iris. No. I'm going to give a quick clue. Sarah's a good name. I like Sarah. It's not Penny, not Elizabeth, not Annabelle. It's not a D&D character. That was a good guess though, nerdy. It's not Karen. Promise, it's not Karen. Okay, no, you guys aren't. No, Carol's mom's name, and that one might be a middle name. Okay. What would my daughter's name be? Persephone. No, paranoid. It would not be Persephone because I wouldn't be able to spell her name. And she wouldn't be able to spell it till she was like 14. Yves Richard de Brosset. Yves. That's my dad's name. I love that name. I absolutely love that name. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a clue. Go to the end of the alphabet. One of the last 5 letters of the alphabet, the name starts with one of those letters. Go. Yvonne's a beautiful name. I have a niece named Yvonne. Nick Charles, he shows up today and he gets a prize. Nick Charles shows up today and boom, 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 Zoe. Nick. Sorry, you guys. Nick slipped right in there on you guys. Okay? Nikki's gone, you know what? I need a pack of supplemental supplements. Let me go on tea. Okay? Let me go on tea. So I really... Mailing, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for timing out Dinya Miniatura Reverie. Thank you. Okay. Nick, send your address to me. It's all one word. The Detroit Mush Lab. The Detroit Mush Lab. All one word, no spaces. The Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Okay? You send me your address and I'll send you a Zoe pack. April, it's Zoe. I don't know why I like the name Zoe. Zoe. Zoe Antoinette Zamaron. What a pretty name. Now that's a pretty name. Thank you, Nick. Let's read a letter from Derek. There's something in here. There's a little piece of wisdom, maybe a big piece of wisdom in here. You ready? Give me 5 people. Give me 5 people that want to hear these words of wisdom from Derek Anderson. Words of wisdom. No, Mark, I love that name. She's got a beautiful name. Looks like I have 5 people. Here we go. First of all, I want you guys to know that almost 90%, 95% of the texts that I get from Derek, he starts out the same way. Which is one of the reasons I love Derek. I teach you guys, I try to teach not to take things personal. But I do a little bit, a teeny bit, when Derek writes to me. And he starts out the text almost every time saying, most handsome pops. He knows I like to be called handsome. He knows that I had a mental block against that in my younger days. Most handsome pops. Almost every time. And I call him Sir D. Because he's a knight in shining armor. Okay? So this is a note written to me, most handsome Pops. Thank you so much for the most awesome gift. I sent him a little supplement pack. I love, love, love. Good morning, Shawanda. Shawanda's in town. I love, love, love how you keep reminding us tomorrow isn't promised. You know that old couple I shared their anniversary? Seems like yesterday. But today, he doesn't know who his wife is. He doesn't even know his own daughter. His memory is history. I can't imagine that to be like trapped in your body and not know why you're there. Did you know that patients have the right to fall? I don't know if it's everywhere, but here they've removed bed rails because patients have the right to fall. That doesn't sound right to me, Pops, but I saw with my own eyes. The wisdom in there. Tomorrow's promised to none of us. Tomorrow's promised. Justin would know. He knows if you're a nurse. Tomorrow's promised to none of us. That's why we're supposed to do our best today. Tomorrow's a gift. Derek, you're wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Niffer wrote me a beautiful letter. I deliberately didn't reply in writing because I wanted to read it out loud. Okay? Live life as if you just have a few breaths left. Niffer wrote to me. Beautiful, beautiful letter. Hi, Pops. Great show today. It really resonated with me as usual. I loved the story about the fishing trip and then hearing it from Ruff's point of view. I'm glad we have a mascot. The crew has at least one mascot, and that's Ruffy. I pick Ruffy. He is such a sweetie. You gave him the best day ever. I've been meaning to reach out to you just to see how you're doing. I know life is throwing a lot at you right now, and I'm sure it hasn't been easy. I've been thinking about you, and I want you to know that I'm always here for you. I got a little weepy on that one yesterday. I'm not going to weep today, I don't think. Even though we've only met in person once, you've made such a huge impact in my life. I truly look forward to spending my mornings with you and the tea crew. Nippy, the feeling is mutual. You are all my family. I hope that when you said you are dying, you meant eventually and not anytime soon. Eventually. Either way, I'm here if you ever want to talk confidentially. I promise I would never gossip. And of course, I have no expectations. Love you, Pops. I love me some Nippy and some Cleanie, and by extension, their gorgeous little daughter, Ava. The minute I met that couple at a Mush Fest, the minute I met them, like seconds, some weird universal spark flew across. Boom, boom, snap, black. And I'll tell you what, I instantly fell in love with them. Instantly. wanted to hang around them, wanted to talk, wanted to get to know them. And they have wormed their way, in a good way, good worm, into the old pop heart. Kim, they've wormed their way in. Now they're in there. And they're going to be in there for forever. Eves, I'll say good things to you all day long. Yeah, especially the more I get to know you. I'll say nice things to you. Sandy, you have a good day. Okay? Anyways, Cleany, Niffy. Niffy, I didn't respond in writing. I responded here to tell you I love you very much. And knowing I'm going to see you and Cleany almost every day makes me feel great. Thank you. We have someone here from Indonesia right now. Say hello to Al Kanidi. Al Kanidi from India, Indonesia. Good morning, Al Kanidi. Al Kanidi, when you're new here, we once in a while we give you donuts. So you might get a couple of donuts from people looking over in the comment section. Those donuts are for you, my friend. Okay? When you're new here, we try to give you donuts. Give Eves a couple of donuts too, you guys. Will somebody give Eves? And we have someone from Sri Lanka, Kason. What are we, International Pops Day? I need Al Kanidi, Kason, and Eves, all to get a couple of donuts, chocolate donuts. We don't do powdered donuts, you guys. Even if you like them, they're a trigger for Pops. Yeah, they're a trigger. Hang around, you'll find out what I'm talking about. Okay? Kason already figured it out. They're a bit of a trigger, okay? Good morning, everybody. Okay. A beautiful, beautiful morning, especially because you guys are here. No powdered sugar. Nick, no powdered donuts. No. Okay? They're a trigger. I had 36 years sobriety. 37 years. Cocaine sobriety. 37 years, you guys. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. That's older than some of you guys have lived. That's longer than some of you guys have lived. Okay? That's longer than some of you kids have even been around. It was tough to kick, too, because I was stone cold for the last 4 years at least. Hags, the last 4 years at least, I was like stone cold. Had to go to a live-in rehab. I was in the service. I had gotten out of the service, but I still had GI benefits and everything, so I went back to the Veterans Administration. That's great, Herbs. Congratulations. So I went back, Veterans Administration. They had a rehab clinic in Southern California. Catzilla, you got 20? Aren't we doing great? That's fantastic. Yeah. It was a tough one to beat. I tried it white knuckled it a few times, and I needed to get help. I replaced my cocaine addiction with an addiction to religion, though. Yeah, that's what I did. I did a little switch-o. I replaced my cocaine addiction with a religious addiction. I wasn't hurting as many people, but I was still a phony. I stopped poisoning people, but I was still a phony. Still trying to please people. Charles, congratulations. That is such good news. That is such good news. Thank goodness I never got myself around heroin. I'll tell you what happened with you know what? I'll give you guys my heroin experience. Okay? My personal heroin experience. Hanging out with the group that I was with, you know, and slinging my stuff, and there was this one house in the Hollywood Hills, big beautiful house, and had a balcony that spanned the whole back of the house, and you'd go out on the balcony and you could look out over the hills and down into the San Fernando Valley. It was beautiful. But the house turned out to be a shooting gallery. It was where everybody would go. I don't even know how, because the house was getting torn up inside. It was a beautiful house, and now it's turning into a drug addict paradise. And I would go there and deliver product, my stuff. And there was always some heroiner people around. And one time, the guy says to me, do you want to, is this going to trigger anybody if I tell you my story? I don't want to trigger anybody. I really am not looking to do that. Is this going to trigger anybody? I escaped with my life. Okay. It's not gonna bother any of you. I just thought of it. Sometimes we glamorize, and I'm not glamorizing. Sometimes we make you, oh man, remember back when? No, remember how you almost died. Okay. I go to the place, I'm dropping off my package, and somebody there says, hey, do you want to chase the dragon? Yeah, I'd love to chase a dragon. I love D&D. Where's the 20-sided dice? If you play D&D, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm looking around and going, I don't see any 20-sided dice here. Okay. So no, what there is there's aluminum foil and a straw. Okay, good morning, steampunk. And the thing that, I don't know, 9 years sober walks with fire. Okay. So they take this brown tar stuff and they put it on a little piece of aluminum foil, light it with a Bic lighter underneath, and it starts to smoke, and you're chasing the smoke with the straw. Okay? And it wasn't opium. They were smoking heroin. Okay? I'd done opium a few times in my younger years, back when I was, even before I went into service. Opium was strange. What a strange drug. A couple of times that I did it smoking, we had gone out to the Angeles Crest Forest hiking. Well, there was no hiking. There was laying on the picnic table, and we'll be back in about 6 hours. Okay. All right. So I chased the dragon, and within 3 minutes max, I'm running outside to the balcony and throwing up violently, throwing up violently. I go, this is the worst thing. You guys actually volunteer to do this? This is like the worst thing I've ever. This is terrible. Oh, you'll get used to it, they tell me. Wait a minute, how many times do I have to get sick on purpose to get used to it? Eves, we're sorry if we're boring you, but I'm not going to take your little things personal. Okay? Why would you want to, Nippy? All you have to do is try it about a few more times and you'll get used to it. You mean I'll get addicted to it? One more time. I'm like, this is a little bit later. This is a little bit later, a few months later. I'm out in a group of people that I, really care. They're good friends, except a couple of them were heroin users. And I don't know what happened. I really don't, because I had needle phobia. Scared to death of needles. Hate them. I've told you guys my needle phobia stories before. Somehow or another, one of these people talked me into putting the old surgical thing around the arm, pumping up a vein. I'm looking the other way. So it's my second experience with this stuff. Within 3 seconds, 5 seconds, major heave-ho. Purging once again. Never once felt the experience of like thinking I'm on in any kind of a dopey, nothing. Just immediate, both times, immediately sick. And I was like, yes, I know that I'm staying with the snow bunnies and I'm not going to play over in this playground ever again. And I can thank the Lord, the universe, and every higher power that you can think of that it didn't click with me. Because with my personality and in the place that I was at in my life, yeah, I'd probably have died getting into it. So thank goodness, thank the universe. Whew. I missed that one this close. And yet there I am. There I am experimenting. And someone once told me that marijuana will lead to harder drugs. Pshaw, that's not true. That's ridiculous. It did for me. DOD, the Department of Defense, double standard. Let's look at this. Starting October 1st, pot's the gateway to the bridge. That is funny. Okay? That is funny. I'm not saying everybody that smokes weed is going to end up an addict. I hope you're not hearing that from me. With my addictive personality, certainly, everything's a gateway. Everything's a gateway. You know what, Kim? I actually smoked weed before I ever tried any alcohol. Yep. I tried weed first. I smoked my first spliff at 13. And maybe somewhere around, 16 or 17, after a football game, had my first kegger. Went to a kegger. Does anybody think Pops was doing a headstand on the kegger within 2 or 3 parties? Who could picture Pops being the headstand guy on the kegger? Enormous. Who does anybody think Pops did the keg stand? Okay. I was well known for my keg stand. Yeah, there's that guy. There. No kidding. It's like, Kirby, you can do the keg stand? Of course. What are you talking about? How many of you guys did the keg stand? Okay. How many of you guys did a keg stand? I agree with you, Hayes. I agree with Hayes. Mark, I was the extreme. I was always that guy. Of course, I was looking for attention. Of course, I wanted you to like me. Who's done a keg stand beyond biblical belief has? Beer bongs. Jesus Christ, you're creepy. My liquor store knew me. Here comes the keg kid. Oh, strictly. Oh my goodness. What's the point of the keg stand? There is no point. I'm cracking up just picturing little Pops doing a keg stand. I wonder if I have a picture of what little Pops look like. Can I scroll through my pictures for a second? Can I scroll through my pictures for a quick second? I want you guys to see little Pops. I don't have one of me doing a keg stand, but I do have a couple of. Oh wait, where is it? Wait, where is this picture? You guys will crack up at this one, I think. Might have to find it and show you tomorrow. Where the heck is that picture? Sorry about this. This is very rude. Very self. Where is this? If I don't find it in the next 5 seconds, I'll forget it for now. Okay? Where's that picture? I ran across it the other day. I was like, Pops, you sure were goofy. Pops was awfully goofy at one time. I'm not goofy anymore. Wait. Can I find that picture? Where is it? There. Oh, okay, you guys ready? Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna give you this one. Okay. That's Pops with his Pops. Eves. Look at me. That's my summer after graduating high school. Picture that kid on a keg doing a keg stand. Huh? Yeah. My dad's very French. Very, very French. That was my dad's birthday party. And he was sick, very sick man at that time. He passed away very young. The keg stand Pops. Okay. Oh, that was a picture of me and Pops. Pops is Pop. Oh, pretty silly. Way before the internet, Jesus. That picture was probably taken with a Kodak box camera. My bet is that one was probably taken with a Kodak box camera. Okay? No, I didn't wear Pop and Pop. Yeah, you know, my dad was a tough SOB. Tough SOB, but boy, I love him. I love him more today now that I understand and forgive. It's not a Polaroid. It wasn't a Polaroid. I couldn't stand Polaroids. You take it and then you have to wave it in the air for about 5 minutes while it's developing. And then it's just terrible quality. No, this was, I think, and then you have to take it down to the Savons or what was ours, Thrifties. And then you have to put it into the picture developing Kodak place. And then you have to wait for about a week And then you go back and you're checking through to see if your envelope has come back. Do you remember that, Jim? You remember you'd go back to the store and there'd be a big bin and either your envelope was in there with your pictures or they still had it? Oh, those are the days. Who remembers that? Those were the days when you could just Photo Hut, Walmart. Yeah, ours was like a CVS, but it was it was called Thrifties. Okay, Justin, we did okay, and the thing is, I thought I was ugly, and I look back at that picture, I'm going, you're kind of a cute kid. Who convinced you that you were ugly? Yourself. You bought into a program. Okay? You fell for it. You took it personal. It's hard to believe they still make them, Derek. They still make those things? No, April, not tall at all. 5'9", 5'9" max. I filled out a little bit. I got a little bit, bigger arms going after I joined the service. But at that time, I had just joined a rugby league. And I was a wing. So I was incredibly athletic and in really, really good shape. So that summer after 12th grade, I joined a rugby league, the Los Angeles Rugby Club. And I played with them for 2 years while I was in college. And then I joined the service. And then one of my main goals when I went in was I have to make the Marine Corps rugby team. And there's 30 people on a team. I probably told you guys this story before. Well, now you're talking about some really good athletes from across the United States that are, Marine kids, super good shape. And there's 30 people on a squad. You call it a side in rugby. It's not a team. It's not a crew. It's not a squad. It's called a side. It's a team. And you're allowed 30 people. And I was, thank you, Charles, very much. I was the 30th guy to make the team. I actually almost didn't make the team. And the coach calls me in. And he goes, Kirby, I'm gonna give you a sweater. That's what they called your jersey. Okay? I'm gonna give you a sweater. You've made the team. But don't expect to play very much. He goes, the reason that you've made the team is because there isn't a guy out there that's hustled more than you have. You're going to be the water boy. You're going to be the one chasing the ball out of bounds. You're going to be carrying the practice equipment. And I can't guarantee you're ever going to get a minute play. But I want you to continue to hustle as much as you are now. Because we need guys like that on our team as examples to the guys that are incredible athletes, but they're not hustlers. I was on cloud 9. Do you guys think I took the sweater? Do you guys think I took the sweater? Water boy. I act like I was on the Marine Corps rugby team. I never started one game in 2 years. Not one. Okay. Coach kept his word. I got thrown in when we were winning. I'd get thrown in to do some mop-up game, a little bit of mop-up time, and I scored 1 goal in 2 years. They call it a try in rugby. I'm bragging. But my story, the example why I tell that story, is you can make a team on hustle if you're really hustling. If you want it that bad. You can make a team on pure hustle. Give me 5 people that get that. Probably have kids making teams. Probably have some of your kids making teams because they're darn good little hustlers. Just work your tail off and make it, just be the hardest worker. Be the hardest worker, and a lot of your dreams are going to come true. They may not come true exactly like you think, but they're going to come true. And we got to experience that at a young age. And then it went off the rails after that. It went off the rails after that. So next thing you know, I'm in rehab. Okay? Joe G's, your son sounds like a great kid. Why do I worry? I tried really, really hard and failed. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Sorry. I think you tried really, really hard and you got feedback. Now you have feedback. Now you'll know more than you knew when you started trying really hard. And you might be able to do it because you have feedback. So do your self-love a big favor. No negative speak. You didn't fail. You're not any kind of a loser. You're learning where you're at in the world, and you're going to make the moves that you're going to make when the time's appropriate. Nobody tries really hard. Try, and fail. It doesn't happen. We get rid of that word fail in our vocabulary. Paige, I'm sorry to hear that. Just remember self-love, the power of self-love. Page 53. Justin, I don't. I'm like 100% in when I'm in. And it's a negative it used to be a negative. Because I would go so hard until I failed or quit. And I don't do that anymore. Whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. If they tell you how wonderful you are, they are not saying that because of you. You already know you're wonderful. I know I'm wonderful. I tell you guys every day. I'm practicing self-love when I do that. I'm practicing self-love. It's not necessary to believe other people who tell you that you're wonderful. Don't take anything personally. Even if someone got a gun and shot you in the head, it was nothing personal. Even at that extreme. Even the opinions you have about yourself, Paige, that negative self-speak, those are opinions that you're having about yourself. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. We form these opinions and we believe them. We hear agreements out there and opinions out there, and we agree to them, and they become ours. Don't take personally whatever you hear in your own mind. That right there gets rid of negative speech, self-speech. Right there. Practicing the second agreement. Good morning, Marcus. Practicing the second agreement means you can't have negative self-thoughts. We eliminate them. We don't take them personal. It was just a fleeting thought. It's human to have doubt. It's human to have negative energy. It's all of this. And I'm rising above that. In my new program, my new agreement, I won't buy it. I won't have it. The mind has the ability to talk to itself, but it also has the ability to hear information that's available from other realms. Sometimes you hear a voice in your mind, and you may wonder where it came from. This voice may come from another reality in which there are living things very similar to the human mind. Paige, it's so honest of you to admit it. Look how far you're coming. You climbed through yesterday. Our mind also exists in the level of the gods. Our mind also lives in that reality and can perceive that reality. The mind sees with the eyes and perceives this waking reality. But the mind also sees and perceives without the eyes, although the reason is hardly aware of this perception. The mind lives in more than one dimension. Good morning, Erica. There may be times when you have ideas that didn't originate in your mind, but you're perceiving them with your mind. Here's the kicker. You have the right to believe or not believe those voices, and the right not to take what they say personally. It's perfect timing that Paige admitted that to us, because we all get there in negative times, negative thinking, negative self-thought, and we can choose it, or we can make it go away by not taking it personal. Just realize it's a fleeting thought, and boom, it's in, it's out. Where'd it go? Who cares? What do I want to do now? My best. Skip forward to the fourth agreement. Whatever I'm doing, I want to do the best. We have a choice whether or not to believe the voices we hear within our own mind. Just as we have a choice of what to believe and agree with the dream of the planet. The mind can also talk and listen to itself. The mind is divided as your body is divided. Just as you can say, I have one hand, and I can shake my hand and feel the other hand. The mind can talk to itself. I can shake my own hand, and that's this hand talking to this hand. My mind does the same thing. I can talk to my own mind. Part of the mind is speaking and part is listening. It's a big problem when 1,000 parts of your mind are all speaking at the same time. That's the matote, remember? Fog. We have 1,000 things going around. We don't know which one to listen to. The matote can be compared to a huge marketplace where thousands of people are talking and bartering at the same time. Each one of those people has different thoughts and feelings, and each one has a different point of view. The programming in the mind, all those agreements we have made, are not necessarily compatible with one another. Every agreement is like a separate living being that has its own personality and its own voice. There are conflicting agreements that go against other agreements, and on until we have a big war in our mind. The mitote is the reason humans hardly know what they want, how they want it, or when they want it. They don't agree with themselves because there's parts of the mind that want the one thing and parts of the mind that want the exact opposite. When we have these thousands of agreements that have been planted in us, started out as opinions, and then we bought into it and we turned it into an agreement and we allowed it to become a program, we're running around with thousands of those. If we sat down together in a room, we could start pointing out all of these agreements that we have. Really, you do that one? Oh, I do that one too. Really, where'd that one? Oh, that one came from. You can even start figuring out where they came from. The best part about what we're teaching here and practicing together is how simple we can get rid of. I said 1,000. We can get rid of 996 agreements, only have 4, and live the most peaceful, productive life you have ever experienced, ever. For a guy that has 1,000 voices in his mind, that's awfully attractive. I'm tired of all those voices. I got tired of all the lies I told myself. I got tired of the lies I told everybody else. I'm down to 4. I'm stripped. I'm a stripped down version. You know what happens because I'm stripped down? I'm going faster. I'm growing like a rocket ship. I mean that. It gets easier and easier and easier. You start going faster and faster. And for a guy like me, I love 100 miles an hour. I want to go 100 miles an hour spiritually. Do you? Give me 5 people that want to go 100 miles an hour spiritually and emotionally. Give me 5 people. How do we get there? How can we go 100 miles an hour? Michael Patterson, I'm still trying to catch you. How can I go 100 miles an hour? Strip down everything that creates drag. Our physics professor here will explain that. Strip down everything. My race car didn't have handles, doorknobs, door handles that created drag. It didn't have a lot of these bells and whistles cars have because it created drag. I wanted my car to go the fastest it could around that track. The same thing with me, spiritually and emotionally. I want to decrease friction. Strip down to its simplest form. I'll go fastest. Remove the clutter, Derek. That's good. Some part of the mind has objections to certain thoughts and actions, and another part of the mind supports the actions of the opposing thoughts. All these little living beings create inner conflict because they're alive and they each have a voice. Only by making an inventory of our agreements will we uncover all the conflicts in the mind and eventually make order out of the chaos. Don't take anything personally, because by taking things personally, you do one thing. You set yourself up. Have a great day, Charles. When you take things personally, you have literally signed up for the I would love to suffer class. Sign me up. Sign me up to the I love to suffer group. I don't know about you guys, but I'm through volunteering to suffer. The second and third agreement free me from it. When I don't take things personal and I don't have expectations, I have no reason to suffer. All reason to suffer have been eliminated. Think of how miraculous that is. Because our whole lives we have been suffering, haven't we? Our group wouldn't even be together if we weren't fellow sufferers, figuring out how to suffer less. Humans are addicted to suffering. We're addicted to suffering at different levels and at different degrees. And we support and we maintain each other in this addiction. Humans agree to help each other suffer. If you have the need to be abused, you will find it easy to be abused by others. Likewise, if you're with people who need to suffer, something in you makes you abuse them. It's as if they have a note on their back that says, please kick me. They're asking for justification for their suffering. Their addiction to suffering is nothing but an agreement that they reinforce every day. You'll have no problem finding somebody that'd be happy to kick you. None whatsoever. The world's out there kicking each other. Look around. All you have to do is look at a couple of the countries that are doing the things that they're doing to each other on massive scale. Hundreds of thousands of people. And we think we're not addicted to suffering? Well, then why doesn't every peace talk come out perfect? Every time we go into a peace talk, we come out with peace. Why not? Why doesn't that happen? Because even the people that are in there talking about peace are addicted to suffering. If they didn't want to suffer, they wouldn't have to. They could all agree. Let's come out of here with a completely different agreement. An agreement that we're going to love instead of suffer. That isn't what happens, though, in those meetings. Wherever you go, you will find people lying to you. And as your awareness grows, you will notice that you lie to yourself. Do not expect people to tell the truth, because they also lie to themselves. you have to trust yourself. And you have to choose to believe or not believe what someone else says to you. When we really see other people as they are, without taking it personally, we can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it's okay. They're lying to you because they're afraid. 99% of the reasons I would lie is because I didn't want you to not accept me. Your acceptance was more important than my self-image, than my integrity. Your acceptance was more important. That was an agreement I had. They're lying to you because they're afraid. They're not lying to you because they're a bad person. They're not lying to you because they're evil. They're not lying to you because of any other reason than they have an agreement in their own mind based off of fear. And they don't want you to not like them. They want you to still accept them. They're afraid you're going to discover that they're not perfect. It's too painful to take the social mask off. If others say one thing, but do another, you're lying to yourself if you don't listen to their actions. But if you're truthful with yourself, you're going to save a lot of emotional pain. Telling yourself the truth about it may hurt, but you don't need to be attached to the pain, because healing is on its way. It's simply a matter of a little bit of time, and things will get better and better and better and better if you practice. If you go to the gym every day and you do your reps and you lift, your muscles are going, and you have a good diet, and you're consistent, your body's going to grow. You're going to swole up. How many of you want to be swole up spiritually? I swear I do. I'm not even worried about my abs anymore. I want to be swole up spiritually. I mean that. How do we get swole up spiritually? Practice. Practice. Nippy's got it. There's going to be an experience coming to you today. And you can lie to yourself about it, or you can tell yourself the truth and change the agreement. Change the agreement. And find out which of the 4 agreements that we like to talk about, that I personally believe are all I need. I'm going to replace my creepy agreement with one of those 4. Period. End of story. I start seeing these agreements that I've had, that the world's given me, that I've decided to believe. And man, once I start experiencing, I'm like, that's really a crappy agreement. Why would I ever have thought of that? I'm getting rid of that one. How? I'm not going to take it personal. I'm getting rid of that one. How? I'm not going to have any expectations. I'm getting rid of that one. How? Because I'm going to be impeccable in this situation. I can get rid of any and all of my agreements and replace them with one of the 4 that I think are the bedrock of my salvation, of my growth center. Final paragraph. I'm just going to read this one straight and we'll get out of here. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it's a gift if they walk away from you. If that person doesn't walk away, you will surely endure years of suffering with him or her. Walking away may hurt for a while, but your heart will heal. Then you can choose what you really want. You will find that you don't need to trust others as much as you need to trust yourself to make the right choices. Let me go back. The goal is the practice is the goal of Shanti. It's beautiful, it's a circle. And how much do you like practicing? I love it. I love practicing the 4 agreements. I hate the gym. I really do. I don't want to go to the gym and do arm curls. I don't want to do military presses. I'm over push-ups. Pretty much over them. I don't like it. If I liked it, I'd probably go more. But I'll tell you what I do like. I do like practicing the 4 agreements. When I'm impeccable, I feel amazing because I'm not lying or using my word for anything other than goodness and kindness. Feels beautiful. When I'm not taking anything personal, I'm seeing a completely different creature than the creature I was for 60 plus years. When I don't have expectations, I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it duty-free. Give and expect nothing. That's way different than sitting around going, well, I sent somebody something, and I have a little checklist, and I'm expecting a thank you, maybe even a return gift. Oh, I see why you sent it. And I feel amazing when I know at the end of the day, when I go to bed, I lay my head down and I recalculate my day. I feel amazed when I find out that there were agreements that I used to have and ways I would have responded in the past that I won't now or didn't today. And I did my best. I choose to feel good. Give me 5 people that choose to feel good. And then we'll get out of here. The best way for me to feel good is when I'm starting to feel something creepy coming on. I know there's an agreement behind it. And I'm going to go find that agreement. I'm going to strip it down. I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm going to replace it with one of my 4 agreements. I choose to feel good, Hakes. Pops, loving you all. Very much. I'm loving that we preach at each other here. Aaron and Derek Anderson, Jeremy Carpenter. Jesus Christ in Australia. Michael Patterson spitting out wisdom today. Justin LaFlower. Kimberly. Marcus McCarty. It's nice to see Marcus this morning. Where else? Where am I? I'm way back up here somewhere. Where am I? Okay, Derek Anderson. Jesus Christ. Michael Patterson. Jeremy Carpenter. Derek Anderson. Justin LaFlower, Nippy McNifferton, Nick Charles, Kimberly the Golden Bolden, HB's choosing the same thing I choose, Derek Anderson and Marcus and Aaron and Queenie, and Jeremy Carpenter's feeling amazing, Herbie and Nikki Charles, and Sue the Little. Bud, have a great day. Hags is choosing what I choose. Jesus Christ, an exception. Mr. Phillips and Derek Anderson, Michael Sean T. Patterson, HP. The Master Beef is choosing goodness. Love that one. Why do I worry? I used to, but I don't now. Not much. The Master Beef, Higgs, snapping on me. Cleany and Nick Charles and Marcus an exception. And Trenty the Trenty Trenterson. Jesus Christ and Mark Z. Say hello to Dawn. Herbie Von Werb. Sammy P. Carnivorous. Carney. Justin and Derek Anderson. Sir D, I call him. Why do I worry? Laura's going to have a divine day. Paige, thank you for your share today. Aaron and Herbie and B. Hendrickson's Thinking Life's Beautiful. Notorious and Marcus and Meow Catzilla. Master Beef HB Lamont. What a successful statement. Good job. Why do I worry? Joe D's, Jesus Christ, Michael Patterson. Master Beef is going to go paint. Mark Z, B. Hendricks, Sue Little, Derek, Mark, Joe, Patrick Hawley. Good morning, Patrick. Nipper, Marcus, Jesus Christ, and Mark Don said hello back. That's all that took to make my morning. Pops, peace. Practice self-love. Some agreements are going to come across your head today. Let them go. Replace them with the power of your manifestation and any of the 4 agreements that would fit instead. Have a great day. I don't want to go, but I'm going.